Hey, welcome back to another episode, and today we're talking everything England in the World Cup because the boys impressed. They put on a display 4-2. So today we're going to be discussing England's performance, Tuchel versus Gareth Southgate, Harry Kane's display and his chances of winning the Golden Boot, the strength of the other teams that we're up against, and the chances of us winning the World Cup. So we'll start from the top. Welcoming my host Omar to the show, and we're going to talk everything England. So let's just get straight into it. England's performance, Omar. What do you think of it? How did it go? Did the game go how you expected it to go?
Well, in the first half, I think they played really poor. You know what I mean? To be letting in those 2 goals, which could have been avoided. With, you know what I mean? But yet again, it's the first game. I think personally, they will be getting better. Do you know what I mean? Game by game, it's only irrelevant. But still, at the same time, when you're coming up with those big teams, I think personally, we need to get locked in a bit more. But overall, out comes out in the second half. Different England. Different England. Very hungry England. You know what I mean? I like what I see in the second half. If they can keep on performing at a level, wait and see.
So it was a game of 2 halves, 100%, I can agree with that. We'll start with the second half because that was where everything was at, if I'm honest with you. Now, I know you said about obviously against bigger teams, but if you take the first half performance out of the game and say just the second half, what you have to remember is the first 45 minutes, they're feeling each other out. They was expressing a little bit of themselves, but I think whatever Tuchel would have said at half-time changed the whole dynamics of the game. So I think the positives we can take from the second half performance, and we will talk about the first half performance, but I just want to focus on the positives first. What we can take from the second half is I think there was identity, I think there was freshness, and I think there was definitely displays of what we can expect from England. Now, that's not to say, I think you said something about when we're playing bigger teams. That's not to say when we're playing bigger teams we're going to be putting 4 past everyone. But I think from what I've seen from the second half, almost shows that if we're playing a team that we should be able to beat, Tuchel then reminds them that this is the sort of game you can win. I think that there threw the shackles off them and let them play. But how do you feel? Do you know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying? We're starting to see a little bit more of that, what he was signed up for in that second half.
Well, again, the stats show we haven't lost.
You
know what I mean? For a while now. So at the end of the day, Tuchel's doing what he's come in to do. Simple as. But again, it was those frailties in the first half. That's why I'm, again, is that the same old England. Do you know what I mean? Yet again, when you're looking at it, when he did the subs, it was the right time. So when we're going into, obviously, Tuchel versus Gareth Southgate, I think you can't really match them just yet. Do you know what I mean? Tuchel's been in just not for too long. This is his first tournament with England. So we can't really match them on how he is versus Gareth Southgate. But I will say in that first game, obviously you seen different approaches in the first half.
Absolutely.
So then obviously the second half when we blew them out the water. So in that aspect, I'm liking what I'm seeing with Tuchel.
Do you think that first half aspect of the game was England kind of getting, you know, like sometimes when you're used to something and playing a certain way, even though they've had a few games underneath Tuchel, but not underneath the spotlights, not underneath the pressure. This has been like a couple of friendlies that they played.
Because it's America, I think in the first half it was playing out like old England. Do you know what I mean? The frailties and everything. Croatia's not small.
No.
They are a strong side. So you've seen in the first half of them coming back. But what you've seen in the second half is basically added pressure from the front. Pressure. And they couldn't deal with that. So that's what broke them down in the end. So that's the difference I see now, where this might be a different England when it comes to these bigger teams. But I'm still seeing it, you know what I mean? Against Germany, they can 4-0, 4-2 in the first half. We might come back from that. We don't know.
Wow, this is
France.
This is what I'm saying. So like, listen, I personally think that was for a long time. I'm not gonna lie. I think the last game I can remember England playing, when I say as good, obviously it was a game of 2 halves, but I'm just talking about the second half. I think the last game I remember them playing that well was against Germany in the Euros. So that's the last time I remember England giving us that sort of display where they can just go out there and blow a team away. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, like we said, the first half wasn't good. No. You know what I mean? I remember in the WhatsApp group talking about what's this, same old England. And then literally the second half, Jude Bellingham comes out, lays that goal in. Solo effort, by the way, so credit to him. Do you know what I mean? But what I would definitely say is we've also been used to the bit of disappointment, even with the golden generation. So when we're seeing our superstars actually step up and do things like what Jude Bellingham done and what Harry Kane done last night, we're sort of thinking, whoa, maybe this can be our year. But like I said, first game, it's hard to say whose year it's going to be. So that leads us to our next conversation, which is Thomas Tuchel versus Gareth Southgate. And it's hard to judge because, you know, one's played so many years with England, and now obviously Tuchel era's just started yesterday with the World Cup and a few games before that. But I'll leave you to say like what you kind of think about, like, if you're just taking that one game that we just seen yesterday, right? And you're taking Gareth Southgate's best game from a tactical perspective, not just what we do 5-0, 6-0, tactical perspective. Would you go as far as saying that tactical display was better than we've ever seen from Southgate already?
I would say, personally, yes. But then, yet again, what Gareth did before, like leading up for so many years, being a coach for so many years, manager, it's hard to really assess off of one game. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Yet again, anyone can win one game and then 30 games in be very poor. So I can't really say anything much, but we'll soon see down the line and see how this World Cup goes to see. But yet again, I think personally, anyway, Tuchel is a way better manager than Gareth.
we know his resume. Yeah, we know his resume.
Personally, I do like how Gareth went from the under-21s and then he built it to becoming manager, and then obviously took us to an age where we all came together, you know what I mean, and we were always thinking every time it's coming home. I haven't, you know what I mean?
And it's like I said, like, to be honest with you, like I said, the discussion around this subject, it isn't to say, like, look, we know Thomas Tuchel on paper is the better manager, right? Yeah. We know that. There's no debating who's the better manager in terms of, like, club success and where he's been, you know what I mean? Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is, like, I feel like if we just forget that for now, and I talk about, like, from the tactics point of view, and we talk about just the tactics point of view.
Yeah, but you can't really turn around and talk about tactics off of one game.
No, but what I'm I'll give you an example.
Yet again, what Gareth had in squad was calm, but yet again, you're talking about an era where Bellingham wasn't at Real Madrid.
No, 100%.
So 100%. Even the squad has changed. Yeah. And yet again, we've got a manager that knows how to deal with these kind of big players now. So yet again, like I said, unity-wise, Gareth always had the unity.
No, he did.
But yet again, tactically-wise, I'm pushing more to Tuchel just because of what he has done.
Yeah, but this is my discussion, because like I said, there's a thin line because of how long he was in charge of.
But you can't pick off one game.
Yeah, no. But what I'm saying, I'll give you an example, right? So the Italy game comes to mind when we think about this, and we think about the World Cup finals. Now, if you think about what happened at halftime yesterday, it was on the lips of everyone's fans to make the changes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. But even so, that is an if, but or maybe.
Yeah.
Because again, if Gareth did those changes and still wouldn't, what would then we be arguing about?
Then we'd be saying that he put his best foot forward. This is what I'm trying to say to you now.
But yet again,
tactics,
but yet again, you know as a nation, if we turn around and said, but he did those subs, but we still lost. Still, whatever he's created now, but he did the subs. We'd still be here saying, Gareth got to us further, but we need a next manager. No. So, like I said, you can move the goalposts sometime, but yet again, once we'll see how far Tuchel goes.
No, but this is why I'm saying why it's a hard one to discuss the topic as a whole. So that's why when I'm splitting it up, I'm not splitting it into 6 years of Gareth Southgate. What I'm saying is that one game, what he looked like he changed at halftime. Would Gareth Southgate have brought on Henderson rather than gone Saka, Rashford? That's what he's displayed in the last.
Even so, but I can't answer that because yet again, would Gareth have made a change if he was our manager now? and done those changes. So,
like I said, 3 tournaments,
yeah, of course he had 3
and he always made defensive tactics. That's what I was saying. Even when winning the game, he seems to go backwards rather than forwards. So it's like, okay, we've got our 1 goal. Let's draw everyone back in. Okay, we're losing the game, so we better put Henderson on to not lose the game more.
You're telling me now to forget what Tuchel's done as a manager and just for 1 game. But yet again, we've had years of Gareth, so I can't really dictate off of 1 game that we beat Croatia in hot weather in America. We've seen, we've seen the results. Spain couldn't even win. You know what I'm saying? Big teams have been drawing. So yet again, I can't answer that.
No.
If we go yet again, if we win the group stages, win all 3 games. Then alright, there's something there.
Well, we should be winning that group stage anyway. How we win it is 2 different things.
But that's what you're talking about when you're saying Tuchel versus Gareth Southgate. Though.
But no, it's like, so obviously Gareth Southgate is, listen, we've had this conversation off camera, so we'll talk about scenes whilst it's on camera. I even think, to be honest with you, to a degree, obviously we're fresh off that performance yesterday, so it's now hard to put this into perspective. But I think we had a conversation off camera and I said, look, obviously Gareth Southgate took us so far. He actually built up England to this point. Not saying to yesterday's point, but what I mean is finals.
He built the squad. He built the squad.
He built a nice chilled harmony group. I personally think, we've been blessed to be in an era where, we didn't win the World Cup, but we didn't win the Euros. But to even see England in the finals. Because growing up, England weren't in no finals.
No, they weren't.
You know what I mean? I think the last finals before the finals he put us in was 94, 96. You understand what I'm trying to say? So I would still like to say that Gareth Southgate, for me, was a manager that if he would have been in the World Cup, we could have easily switched on him within the first game. That's the only issue. Say yesterday's game, it goes the way it goes.
It went 2-2.
2-2, and we don't get the 4-2, we get a 2-2.
Yeah.
Or even if we got a 3-2 and it's a scraping 3-2. I think the reason why yesterday looked so good is because the way we done it after.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying to you is with Southgate now, if he does that performance without the 4-2, we're saying, why have we kept this guy? We knew he, you know what I'm saying to you? So I think there's a sell-by date, and I think for me, Southgate could have stayed. But he was just on the sell-by date that if he'd done anything wrong, like a naughty child, when they've had 10 chances, and then you bring them back in the front room, then all of a sudden it's like, they're making up noise again. So you had your chance, come out now. You know what I'm saying to you? It's like that with Southgate. I think he was on the line of just being on the...
Like I said, it was the change. It was like he didn't learn from every tournament he went into. That was the thing. Like, again, like you're saying, if he didn't make changes or he's making them at 70 minutes, not 60 minutes, we're on to him. You know what I mean? That's the difference because we've gone into tournaments and, like I said, he's always not made the changes.
No, not at the right time.
I feel like, again, how the nation kept on going onto him, but every tournament we come back and we'll always support him because, again, he's brought that harmony to the squad.
That's why I think you have to rate what he done. But I think he was just on the border of sell-by date, innit?
But just like Tuchel, obviously Tuchel's come in now, but again, I'm still on the back of, like I said, Gareth Southgate. Because you still have that harmony. But now you've got, I feel again manager-wise, you've got a better. But I just
Well, we know too. The argument isn't who's the better manager from a perspective of looking at the CV and the stats.
No.
I just know that.
Again,
I'm talking about from what we've seen in it.
When you're talking about the changes, he's been in more finals, semi-finals to make these big decisions.
So obviously, moving on now. So the boy Harry Kane got a double last night. Played well. The whole team played well in the second half, shall I say. And to be fair, even in the first half when he got his little penalty, retook it, he rethought about it. You know what I mean? It takes a lot to go and do that and put it in the back of the net again. He was outstanding. You know what I mean? He's now joined the list of the big boys, the Haaland's, Messi, Mbappe performance that we've seen from them. He's now hit 2. He's hit the ground running. He's going to be crucial as well as obviously the other boys like Bellingham, Saka, and you know what I mean, Declan Rice going forward and free kicks and stuff like that. We're going to need a fit Harry Kane. Do you think that we got Ghana next game, right? When I say the group's looking a little bit sticky, I don't mean from a perspective of like, like the group's a hard group. But what I mean is Ghana's gone and picked up 3 points. So we got to play them next, Then you got Croatia's got to play the easier team. You understand what I'm saying? So if they get 3, we're on, say 6, say we beat Ghana, then it could go down to the wire. And that's what I don't like. Because if Croatia pick up 3, and then obviously we're on 3, we go to 6. Say we was to lose to that easy team. You know what I mean? Then it kind of puts us in a position of goal difference.
I don't really...
You know what I mean?
Don't ever say any team is easy.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But we're still saying that the lesser team is what I mean. Because we seen with Spain, they tripped up over the lesser team, if you want to call them that.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. So Kane is crucial. But I would like to say, if we can beat Ghana and get that over the line comfortably, 3-0, 3-1, whatever it may be, I would say go as far as maybe start with Ollie Watkins for the third game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then let Kane rest. You know what I mean? Let some of the stars rest, because we should be able to get through that game with the team we got, because the team's frightening. And if I'm honest with you, if I was thinking about the strength versus others, right? Only teams that I would say, personally, would be, from what we've seen, this next game, Spain can go demolish whoever it is 5-0. Yeah. We know that, but we're just taking into account the first game. We're not talking about what could happen next game and so on. But I think if you wasn't from England, you probably would have looked at that performance last night. First half was a France vibe. They ain't on nothing. Second half, we come out and smash them. And to be honest, even first half, France didn't even score a goal in the first half.
But when I'm looking at, yet again, the big dogs in this World Cup, it's Germany.
Yeah.
Spain's had a blip. I'd still say Spain because they're European champions.
Yeah.
France.
Yeah.
Argentina. That's
it.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because yet again, they've got the spice to do something different on that time.
Yeah.
Yet again, we have, but yet again, sometimes it doesn't click. Like,
no, it don't.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because yet again, we haven't won it in 60 years.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing.
When you're talking about, it's clicking. Why would Spain, why would Argentina, why would France think, do you know what, they're coming to the party now? You know what I mean?
Yeah, cool. But they would all been sat around, that's what I mean. You know, we're watching TV, they're probably out exploring as well, but they've probably all got one eye on the big teams. Let's go, let's watch it in the clubhouse. They would have watched that and they would have probably said, no, they don't think England's the best team. But what I'm saying to you is, if you're talking about the teams that come to the party, like you said, Germany, France in the second half,
but
Argentina,
that's what I'm trying to say. We haven't been at the party for 60 years.
All right.
So you can't
we've
really
been at the finals in the last 60 years. So that's what these men remember. These men don't remember. Do you remember 1966?
Yeah, but what happened in the final then?
Yeah, we lost to a team that's now not even in the thing. But what I'm saying to you is, do you remember 1966?
No, I do not.
Okay, so Mbappe hasn't got that in his head. What he does know is, they got Harry Kane.
Yeah, but
Messi. You know what I'm saying?
We can go back to the golden generation.
Yeah.
Right?
They didn't win nothing,
So, like I said,
they didn't even get to the finals then, boys.
Okay, then. So, again, from that to now, what's different?
Nothing.
We've got to a final.
Yeah, we got to a final.
So why would a nation that's gone on and won a World Cup, right? 2 nations of those, and one's won a Euros, and Germany's won something before us as well, because they won a World Cup and they won Euros in this time.
Yeah.
Why would they worry about
that? I know.
So when you're thinking about like a mentality thing, why they do that? Because yet again, I think
it's just one of them ones. I think in the first game, they probably was like, what?
Yeah,
is that how England's coming out?
No,
but like you said, what you're saying is the facts of the matter is we ain't even won nothing in the last 60 years. So they'll probably be like, they're fun with the back.
Yeah,
100%.
You know what I mean? Oh yeah, what's the difference in the camp?
Yeah.
They got 2 camp.
We got a German in France.
Do you know what I mean?
God, it's crazy.
So yet again, like, what are you really basing on? Like I said, with the strength of others. Yes, we have got a team that can compete with them, but yet again, will our superstars outstar their superstars? I.e. the Yamals, the Messis, the Mbappes,
I think I'll be real. Like, obviously, Spain's won what they've won, innit? But I'm just saying, like, I think if it came down to a match today, I'm not saying that Spain ain't nothing to worry about, but I'd like to play Spain. I would like to play. Yeah. I don't want to just get through playing Congo. Not saying they're going to get through, but I don't want to get through playing lesser teams. I want to go and beat Spain. I want to go knock out Portugal. I want to go take Germany out in the final.
Obviously, again, if they do that in this one, then that's a different traction of talk.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying to you is yet again, if we get quarterfinals, we get Spain, we beat them, then that's a different conversation. But right now, it's been 60 years.
Yeah, it's been 60 years.
Right, so at the end of the day, I don't think that they're really...
Well, you say that, but everyone's got to start somewhere, because you know what? Before 2010 or 2008, whenever Spain won their first thing, they didn't win nothing ever. You understand what I'm saying?
No,
so what you got to remember is the start of an era starts somewhere. Whether you're building up to it like Southgate or whether you've overcome it. Because Germany and Brazil's history is ridiculous, but they've been doing it since the 60s. But what I'm saying is now Spain's, we're talking about them winning things. Portugal winning things.
But yeah,
so
again,
it's our turn.
Simple as is that they come with their own identity.
Yeah.
Brazil came with their own identity.
Yeah.
Germany came with their own identity. Spain came with their own identity. Yeah. We're coming with a German identity. So
I know,
It's like, even if we go and do it, for me personally, and go and win this World
Cup, it's
going
to put a little bit of the armour, on the armour, the fact that we didn't do it with the English.
But yet again, everyone that's won the World Cup has won it with their own national manager or a native manager. So, like,
that's the only thing we're going to have on our stage forever.
I mean?
A German won it first.
Exactly. So,
but listen, bro, like I said, man, obviously it's always good to talk football. And as I said, we're going to be following the World Cup. I've got actually one question. Chances of winning the World Cup for England. Now, we spoke about Kane, we spoke about the strength of others, England's performance. Yes or no? Do you think we're capable of winning that World Cup in one sentence?
Well, our chances of winning the World Cup, yes.
Yeah.
But again,
do you think
we have four dominant title winning nations that we have to get through? Yeah. If we can get through them, then obviously it's ours. But right at this moment, yes, we've got a chance of winning. Yeah. But it's 20.
I think after seeing Tuchel's tactics, I'm not getting excited. But it looks like we've got someone genuinely, and I know from my Chelsea days with the Champions League, we've got someone that if he wants to get to the final, he could get us through the final. Yeah. But listen, thank you for watching, guys. And like I said, World Cup updates every single day here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're following us on Instagram. Put the tag on the screen now. Thanks for watching.